How's it going, everybody? Army Man 3000 here. I know this is gonna be weird. Typically I don't normally do these things, but and I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I don't actually have a recording device for my PS4, and I don't have a mic except the one that I can use to talk to people, barely. But anyway, you know, I just want to talk about the new alpha release for H1Z1, and I want to give you some of my thoughts on it. Personally, I've never played H1Z1 or any of its other, you could say, relatives of the zombie survival horror games like DayZ or even Rust, for that matter. But I've always admired those games ever since release day. I've always been with DayZ since the first mod came out. I've always been with Rust since the creator announced it when he was finishing Gary's mod, and etc. But I just want to talk to you a few things. I want to talk about this pay-to-win stuff. Honestly, you shouldn't have a free-to-play game. Hold on, sorry, mic adjustment. You shouldn't have a free-to-play game if you're going to add microtransactions. You know what I'm saying? And microtransactions in a free-to-play game, or I get sometimes, depending on the game, is that you need microtransactions to help support the game on patches and updates. And I get that. Some developers and publishers do that for a reason, because sometimes they might not have the funds to do those updates and patches, which is all fine and good and dandy. But you're with H1Z1, and we're talking about Sony Online Entertainment. These people make money about every day, buku amounts of money, and it's just that the fact the pay-to-win stuff is not a guarantee, and it's upsetting to many people, because if you pay $5 worth of station cash, which is roughly about 500 station cash, and you pay for it, $5? That's a little extreme. Actually, when I heard about the airdrops, I thought they were going to be like $1 or something like that. Really cheap. And the other thing is that people can steal it. It's just unfair. But my other argument, it's actually unfair if you have someone else use it to pay to win. Like, you can only use it for that particular person, and they could get it for themselves and has weapons and stuff like that, and it'll be unfair to the other people, because if you want to make an equal game on an equal where everyone spawns the same, right? Okay, and you have an airdrop for somebody, they could use that and get the weapon and have it over advantage against other people. Other people might say, oh, that's survival of the fittest. It is in all ways, but if you want to create an eco game of like everyone spawning with the same amount of stuff, then you don't need to do that. And that goes the same with the fact that it's just unfair on either side of the argument, because you're scamming people with $5, and you're also scamming the person who bought it. Everyone has an equal chance of getting the airdrop. It's still pay to win. In honesty, they shouldn't have gotten the idea of pay to win, especially airdrops. I admit, when I first saw the airdrop trailer for H1Z1, sorry, that it was gonna be, oh, hey, cool, this is cool. If I do a mission or something, I can get this. But no, you have to pay for it. And honestly, this should only be used if you pass a special mission or quest in a game, like kill a bunch of wallygaggers. I don't fucking know, or kill the top bandit in your server. Something that makes sense. And still, don't, even if that were to become true, don't add too much weapons in it. Like, don't have like a tank or a fucking bazooka or an AR-15 in the motherfucker. No, like, put something that's like simple but yet deadly at the same time. I'm sorry for coughing, guys. I'm just coming through like a sinus infection. It's really messing up my speech and in my breathing quality, so that's why I'm coughing a little bit. But anyway, back to the point. And also, what I like to make a comment about is H1Z1 in itself. You know, if it's just me, and I get it's still in the alpha, but in the alpha build, doesn't it look like Rust? You ever seen Rust? You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, the if you look at it, when you kill an animal in Rust or something like that, sorry, mic adjustment. When you kill an animal in Rust, they drop like animal fat, they drop like meat, they drop like everything the same way in H1Z1, right? And if you look at the graphics, they're almost the same, but you know, they're probably not the same engine. They just, to me, look the same. Oh, did someone say airdrop? Yeah, Rust has that too. You know, if you think about it, H1Z1 and SO, well, not H1Z1. I'm not saying H1Z1 is like the head honcho who created it. I'm talking about SOE, the developers of H1Z1 or whoever. They know, they must have realized that they saw Rust and it's like, hey, we could use this. And you know why they used it? Because the creator of Rust is the creator of Gary's Bond. You know, he doesn't have a big team compared to DayZ. He doesn't have like a big successful like lawyers or like dev group like Bohemia Active does. But Bohemia Active does not have anything on SOE at all. Like, even though if SOE and the developers H1Z1, if they ever decided to copy DayZ, sorry for coughing, if they ever decided to copy DayZ standalone or mod, they wouldn't take the risk of being sued because it would be too similar to that game. And it would be too risky because no big company would ever tackle on a small company. If you think about it, it'd be illogical to do that. But anyway, back to that part 2 as well. And this is, I'm going to talk about, actually I'm going to skip this part for a later date, but now I'm going to talk about some ideas for H1Z1. And honestly, they're actually good ideas, but they won't be infringing on DayZ or any of its mods. These are from the mods, but you know, it would make sense just to have them anyway. My first idea is the trading aspect of it. If you look at Epoch or any of the other mods, you could tell that they look similar in ways. Not similar ways. I'm so stupid. What the fuck? What the fuck am I talking about? I'm talking about trading capabilities. You know how like you can have the trader city. You know, if H1Z1 does come out with that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a trader city where you can go buy shit. What I mean by a trader city is like you go to like a little town, right? That's set up with like just trading with characters, not like NPCs that stand there and they sell you like weapons and clothes. I'm talking about like actual people you could trade with. Like, for example, you could have like two parties. One has a bunch of weapons, right, and the other is looking for, I don't know, a magical dildo or something. You know. Yeah, the mind of the internet. I'm sorry. So I think to come up with, but anyway, the people who want the weapons. They'll do anything for the weapons, right? Even to find a magical dildo, right? So the other guy realizes this. He's like, all right, I got weapons, but I need you to find me a magical dildo. And so the quest of finding the magical dildo begins. You know, you want these weapons so bad, you go for them. You go for them. That's an idea. It creates a journey, a sense of hard work, and you earn these weapons in a sense of like, oh, I can do this, you know? I like trading. And also, there's another aspect. If the guy who wants the magical dildo, for example, he could be stupid and he could bring the weapons with him. And if you have somebody secret in the woods somewhere with a gun, or like you all have guns and he said don't bring guns, you could rob his ass and take the weapons for yourself, you know? I'm just coming up with ideas I've seen in personal videos, videos of different players on YouTube. You know, I ain't gonna mention some names, but Mr. DDG, didn't say his full name. Mr. 1080, didn't say that person's full name. Mr. Who else? Mr. JF, the guy who plays with 1080 sometimes, depending. And some other popular people on YouTube. But that's my ideas, guys, and you know, typically I don't do these commentaries, but you know, I just figure I'd share my ideas with you, right? Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace. Have a wonderful day or evening, and that's for done. Yeah. No, that's for done. Yeah, I think that means hello. But anyway, goodbye.
PlayStation